So another way to extend our idea of 50%, and this gets to be a little harder, is to find 50% of an odd number. Okay, if you remember last time when we just introduced 50%, I used a drawing and I asked Sophia to find half of this group of numbers here and to draw a line in the middle. And really, this is really important. Okay, so there are 6 circles there, and 50% of 6 is 50% of 6. Please tell the answer.
Wait, I want to write the answer.
So 50% of 6 is 3. So you put in the numbers there, 1, 2, 3. All right. So 50% of 6 is 3. I'm not sure if that made a lot of sense to you as being really important, but for doing half of odd numbers, it becomes really important. So you would ask your child, you give them 3 circles. 3 is an odd number. And they may or may not know what an odd number is at this point. All right. So I give Sophia 3 circles. And now I ask her to draw a line in the middle of those 3 numbers. So draw a line in the middle, please. Okay, and draw a line all the way through like you did for this. You drew a line. Okay, and so she drew this line in the middle. And your child may not be able to tell you what number that is, but if they can draw that line, that's the first step. After that, what I like to do, let me have the pen, please. What I like to do is to put in the numbers on each side. Okay, so each of these are 1. All right, and then on the other thing, I like to put the half. All right, so your child can see.
1.5, that's the answer.
Okay, 50% of 3 is 1.5. You can see on each side you have 1 whole and half of a whole. And I like to use circles to begin with. With rectangles and squares, young children get confused. What's a rectangle? What's a square? It's hard to tell that it's half. But with a circle, half of a circle is very distinct from a whole circle. So I think that's the easiest place for the child to really see exactly that it's really half. Okay. So next, we're going to do it one more time. And I cut out some circles this time. All right. And you can see these circles here. All right. So I'm going to give Sophia 5 circles. All right. And I'm going to ask her to take those 5 circles and to divide them into half of a pile. Okay. And when she tries to divide them in half, she's going to have it's not going to be easy for her. She's going to be a little frustrated because it's not so easy to divide them into half. So, what's the problem there, Sophia? Why don't you have it divided in half?
Because I need a half.
Okay, so she needs to half, and she sees that she could fold that in half. All right, and I actually did her a favor, and I cut 1 in half for her. So show them that that's half, so they can see in the picture. All right, good. And okay, so divide the 5 in half, please. All right, finish that up.
Two and a half.
Okay, so you put 2.5 on one side, 2.5 on the other. So 50% of 5 is 2.5. All right. So using again the small numbers for a long time until your child is fluent with those. When they can do those easily, then it's nice to go up to larger numbers to challenge them a little bit. But don't worry about doing hard numbers. Don't keep doing the same numbers so that they just memorize it. 50% of 5 is 2.5. You need to switch from 3 to 5 to 7, 9, back again. Okay, so don't keep doing the same one every day because then it just becomes memorization as opposed to understanding. All right, but stay with small, easy numbers for a while. All right, Sophia. So we're gonna tie all of this together with one question. All right. So Sophia, what is 25% of 10? Can you talk me through it and tell me the steps?
10. Half of 10 equals 5.
And
Half of 5 equals 2.5.
right, half of 5 is 2.5. So we just took a number that when you split it in half, the half of the first number becomes an odd number, and then taking the half of the odd numbers. So when you ask for 25% of those kinds of numbers, it takes you through all those skills in one little problem. You could use numbers 6, 10, 14, 22. They will all give you that kind of a answer that really ties all those skills together and tests your child to see if they know and understand how to do those 50%, 25%, and half of odd numbers. All right, so thanks for joining us. Let's say goodbye.